Hi there, I'm Lauren Murphy with the Ryersonian and Ryersonian TV, actually. So I'm here with Sherene Ng, and we're just going to talk about a little bit of women in business. So Sherene, thanks so much for being with us here today.
Not a problem.
So Sherene, tell us about the project you've been working on as of late.
All right, so during my undergrad, I started this internship at the Edge Lab, located at the DMZ, and what they do there is they do adaptive design, which is making customized adaptations to help people with disability. So during my time there, I came up with this project that actually is very personal to me. So I came up with this shoe sensor designed for people with low vision, and even I myself and my family, we suffer from that. And so what the shoe does is senses foreign objects in your walkway path, and as the user's walking and something's coming up, it'll then send vibrations and alert the user, hey, you better stop walking or else you're going to trip on something.
That's amazing.
Thank you, yeah.
And so we were discussing how you were part of the SheEO Women in Business Incubator.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that program and why it is so important for women in the Ryerson community?
Absolutely. So the SheEO incubator is a very non-traditional type of incubator. It's focused for young women from 18 to 35, and it's specifically for women who have social ventures. So with this program, it was very wonderful because it didn't only just focus on the business aspect, but also the specific leadership skills within each of the women there. And I think that was very well structured because oftentimes business incubators, they may have the focus of, earning profits, all about the money figures. But this one, it not only focused on helping your startup, but it was also helping the individual themselves and developing into a strong entrepreneur.
So what do you think was the number one thing you took from your SheEO experience?
I think it was definitely, knowing that you have to do things your own way and your own timing. I think oftentimes there seems to be a process everyone goes through, and it's all about getting to the finish line the fastest. But through this incubator, it taught us that each person is very different. We may do things very differently, and we might do it in different, time periods. And for me, I think it's very important that you don't rush through things and, sacrificing other things like relationships or schools, whatever it may be, but to do things according to how you want it and enjoy the process, right? Because, having your own business is a lot of work and a lot of effort needs to be put into it, but, I think you should really enjoy it and do it the way you want to do it.
Exactly. And going into the process, were you, very astute in terms of, the way you wanted to run your business? Did you have a lot of business experience, or was that sort of a new frontier for you?
It's completely new. I come from an early childhood education program, so business is not my forte. I think we discussed earlier, I feel like a deer in headlights sometimes, but it's been exciting, and I think for myself oftentimes I try to do the best that I can, but I will always hit failures, but these failures will refine me into a better entrepreneur or a better woman leader, right? So I think in every situation, just go with the flow and pick up everything as you learn and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. We've been working on a feature that's going to be coming out mid this week in our paper, and we came across statistics from the European Institute on Leadership and Management, and they did a study a few years ago that showed that 50% of women didn't feel confident in their business, their performance and their ability to lead, whereas only 31% of men felt the same way. Why do you think there's this crisis in confidence in women entering the business world?
That's a very good question. I can only answer it based on my own experience and other women I've spoken to. And I think what I can relate with these other women is we find that we are a lot more emotional based, and sometimes we are very fearful of losing something or failing as a business as a whole. And so, we tend to be very cautious in the decisions that we're making. And sometimes that kind of limits us as well. But I think some women are very bold and upfront, and they'll just dive straight into risks. But for myself, I think it's because sometimes it's my little baby, and I want to protect it and make sure it grows up to be successful. But that's my own personal experience, so that's what I struggle with.
Exactly. Perfect. Well, to hear more from Sherene, make sure to catch our feature that's going to be going in the paper on Wednesday, and also make sure to stay tuned to the Ryersonian.ca. Thanks so much.